Cool. Yeah, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Drawing for Tattooers. I'm James Wisdom. This morning, I have Harriet Wisdom with me. Thank you for joining. I'm going to get right um, into the announcements. So just bear with me for a moment. There we go. Yeah. So again, good morning. Good morning, gang, and welcome to Guy Atchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community, where tattooers, apprentices, and the curious are encouraged to join in these live streams. These are real world events, and we're ultimately trying to inspire and create better art and tattoos together. We beam out nearly every single day, and with your help, we've become a network of live and amazing on demand art and tattoo related shows that have been receiving rave reviews. Um, you can find all these episodes at reinventingthetattoo.com, our YouTube channel, um, and also our Roku channel. You can find us on all of the app stores, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, as well as reinventingthetattoo.com/Roku. You can also catch us on all of the major podcast directories, such as Apple and Spotify. But no matter where you're catching us, you can always find the latest and greatest on reinventingthetattoo.com. Let's see if I can't share my screen with you all. Cool. Right. So, again, we have a number of weekly staple shows that we encourage people to tune into. Beginning on Sunday, we have the Sunday Skill Buildings Drawings Group with Jason Leeser. On Mondays at 9 a.m., we have Drawing for Tattooers with James Wisdom. That's me. At 11 a.m. on Mondays, we have the Tattoo Weekly, show about tattoo news and culture, hosted by Lauren Gregory, Jake Meeks, and Gabe Ripley. At 5 p.m. on Mondays, we have Let's Talk About Feelings with Robbie Ripple. And at 9 p.m., we have the subscribers exclusive drawing group led by Guy Atchison and Sandy McAndrews. Tuesdays, 10 a.m., we have Tuesday Feels drawing group hosted by Ricardo Sturtevant. It's followed on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. with the Tattoo Now show. It's a show about business, the business side of tattooing. Thursdays at 6 p.m., we have the Tattoo Collecting 101 podcast hosted by Fawn Baker. Scroll down here. Yeah, there's one of the shows. Let's Talk About Feelings with Robbie Ripple and Dustin Pitstick. Scroll on down. All right, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Tattoo Now. Tattoo Now is technology for tattooers on the leading edge of professional development management and digital tools for tattoo artists of all levels. They have upgrades and mailing lists, as well as CRM software and professional development tools. So let Tattoo Now help you communicate more efficiently with your clients. And of course, a big thank you to Guy Atchison for being the founder and leader of the Reinventing the Tattoo community. You can learn more about Guy Atchison at reinventingthetattoo.com as well as guyatchison.com. You can also find lots of Guy Atchison merchandise, including custom coil machines, oil paintings, and prints of his artwork, as well as his educational products, and the Biomech Encyclopedia. So be sure to check out more at guyatchison.com. All right, so we'd like to give a quick shout out to a couple of our affiliates, the Apprenticeship Diaries with Amy Nichols, and the Fireside Tattoo Network with Jake Meeks. So if you're ever out there checking out our affiliates, please give them a like, and a positive review. And of course, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button here. And thank you for joining us again, drawing for tattooers on the Reinventing the Tattoo network. So great. All right, thanks. And yeah, good morning again, gang. It's so great to have you. I'm who's ready to do some drawing?
Me. Good morning.
Hey, Amber, you're muted.
Daddy. Are you sure? It says unmute.
Can't hear you.
I can hear her.
Okay, good. It says I'm unmuted.
Well, we'll let you. You know, if you can't, if you want, you can always like re-sign back in. I'll let you back in. And
Okay, let me try
if
that.
there's something going on with your audio, can't hear you this morning, unfortunately. Okay, cool. Hopefully she'll be able to join us again. Right. So, good morning, Harriet. How are you?
Good. Good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Well, Amber's back. Get her back in.
How's that?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm having some technical. I think it's me. I'm having some technical difficulties. Hello, can you hear me?
It's muffled.
Hmm. Let me see something here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now I can hear you. Harriet, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you?
Okay, great. Yeah, I had to reset it. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. That was my end. It was really was there was something going on with my side of things. So thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. So Amber, good morning. It's really great to see you and hear you.
Good morning.
So how's everybody's week? Everybody have a great week?
Mine was a bit chaotic.
Yeah? What happened?
My disabled aunt has moved in with us from Baltimore, and she's very ill. She has diabetes, and she's been in and out of the hospital. So I've been up a lot of late nights helping take care of her and stuff.
That's
Oh my God.
I like your shirt.
Thank you very much.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and that's a lot to deal with. It's amazing
Yeah.
that you're there for your family like that. So
I'm so glad she's home though. She hasn't lived in New Jersey in, God, 20 years or so. I'm just glad she's finally close enough to us that we can help take care of her and she doesn't just have strangers around her all the time.
yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, but that's a big sacrifice on your part too. So, you know, I think it's actually, you know, it's amazing, and also, you know, hopefully there's some fulfillment, you know what I mean, that you get from it
Yeah.
as well. You know, like you said, there's some you know, you get that enjoyment of getting to be with her, and then also, you know, like that you know you're really helping out. So
Yes.
it's
And I
awesome.
love her to death. So having her home is great.
Listen to her
Cool.
stories. Ask her questions if she is lucid enough. Because
Oh, I do.
when they go, you lost every, you know.
Yeah, we sit and talk for hours and she tells me stories about my mom and her when she was when they were little and stuff. Stuff I never got to know about my mom because I lost her before she had a chance to tell me those stories. So it's a great resource of my mom's history too.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a real blessing.
Yeah. No, I've enjoyed that. I think you know, hearing those stories are it's your history, and
Exactly.
it's like you said, it's it's how history has been shared forever amongst people. So it's interesting too because it's kind of like because it is a story, you know what I mean? It's somebody's perspective on what happened. So it's
Mhm.
you know in a way it's sort of like closer to the truth.
Yeah.
It's like the closest thing you can get to the truth in a way because it's a representation. So yeah, I think that's a lot, but also it's very cool. It's very cool. So I'm inspired by that. Um, yeah. So Harriet, how was your week? How'd you do? What'd you get into this week?
Oh, we were kind of fighting off the flu or colds or something, but yesterday, our grandson Bo was baptized and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful ceremony.
Nice.
It,
Wow.
and people came from Indiana, some of his grandparents and aunts and uncles. It was a really nice family time. So that's
Yeah,
fun.
outstanding.
And then it got
Outstanding.
real cold here, so
Hmm.
we're way below our normal cold. So we're kind of staying inside. Because in Tennessee, it doesn't usually get this cold at this time of year.
Yeah, in New
Absolutely.
Jersey, we're the same way right now. It's like 43 degrees, and I'm like, that's not November in New Jersey.
Yeah, crazy weather.
Well, I woke up on Saturday morning here, and there was snow all over. Just it was snowing like almost like a blizzard. I mean, it was light, but it was just starting to sort of accumulate. And what a rude awakening,
I bet.
that winter is here, so it really
Mhm.
is. And the temperature certainly tells that story as well. So it's been a mad dash to try to like make sure that I've got everything ready, got all my cold weather clothes out. I've got my heater over here heating the space, so I have to figure it out. Yeah, because my the heat in my apartment here is pretty loud. I think it would affect the broadcast. So I may have to move to a different spot here in the apartment. But anyway,
I don't think your
it's
winter there will be as cold as Chicago winters.
yeah, I think you're right about that. We'll see. We'll see. And sometimes weather is so strange. It's so strange lately how things work. But you're probably right. It's probably going to be hopefully a bit milder. Um, yeah. Oh, the weather. It really it affects us all. So, and so it's great to commiserate. I think, and like we're all going through it together in our own way. So I think you know, that's really nice. Well, so today, uh, I figured that we could do some drawings and stuff. I I have my drawings, my sketches I did from last week. I really just took a few minutes, probably like 20 or 30 minutes, and did a couple of these sketches. I had a very interesting week myself, very busy, and also really productive. A whole lot of drawing and a whole lot of tattooing. It was really fortunate. So I'll show my drawing. So here's my Bridgman drawing from this week. More hands because it's a big section. There's a lot of hands to draw, and I think really like I've worked from this book for years now, and I'm starting to loosen up. You know what I mean? And try to sketch in, like what it is I'm seeing. Uh, you know, I guess I've tried it lots of different ways, but really um, there's something really enjoyable about just trying to sketch in these particular forms. So, but yeah, very blocky, very chunky. I love the, you know, the line quality and stuff. So these are ones that I've really, you know, I've enjoyed them very much. Let's see, I'll try to see if we remove that pin. Gallery, cool. Yeah, does anybody else have any drawings they'd like to share? It doesn't have to be the Bridgman drawings, but if you got any other drawings you've been working on, love to check them out.
Sure. Probably actually be easier for me to just lift up my easel to show you because it's taped down. It's a it's a sketch and a painting. I'm painting it now that I've inked it in.
Awesome.
I think it needs more though.
Beautiful.
I haven't figured out what, but it needs something more.
Well, so there's some open sections in the corners. They're
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
like,
thinking
you
about
know,
maybe some filigree or something, but I'm not sure yet.
yeah, I'm not sure what would, I'm not sure what the right answer is, but it seems like, you know, everything, the image is so full that, you know, I think, you know, that having, you know, something in those negative spaces might be what you're kind of looking for. You know what I mean? As
Yeah,
far as like you say, you feel like there's something isn't there. It's probably, you know, put something in those negative spaces so it has a just a, you know, it has
it's
that
just something to
fullness, you
kind of
know. But
fill in the corners and make it a cohesive piece.
mm,
So, you know, not too busy in the corners to take away from your main part, but
Yeah, just something simple.
that draws your eye into the middle more. That's beautiful.
right,
Thank
it
you.
is beautiful. It is beautiful. Yeah, maybe things that kind of almost point at the middle or something, or like, you
Yeah,
know, or things that move, because there's almost like a, even though that, you know, there's the center, you have something right in the very center.
yes.
um but you know, uh but that, you know, there could be a circular sort of movement around, you know, like compositionally, you know, that's always a part of the composition, is that, you know, our eyes are going to move
Yeah,
around
that Fibonacci
the
spiral.
thing, you know. Yeah, absolutely. So so yeah, well, I, you know, I guess since it's already going, um you know, you maybe it's intuitive and you sort of just go with your instincts, and there's
Oh
something
yeah, at some
that you put
point
in there.
I'll figure that out and I'll be like, oh, that's it. That's why I
You
started
might,
painting and I'm not worried about it right now. At some point while I'm rendering the image, what belongs there will pop into my head.
for sure.
Because you're
Well,
very
you know,
very creative.
yeah, it's very creative. It's very creative.
Thank you.
You could always try like some thumbnail sketches as well. Like, you know,
Yes.
you could take a picture of what you've got already, and you could experiment with different ideas. So that way it's sort of like, you know, because you've already have so much work in it, you could have a better, you know, you could investigate different options, and then, you know, that
Without
might be
putting them
something
on the
that's,
paper.
hmm that might be something you find useful. um
Definitely. That's a great
but
idea.
cool, yeah, cool. So love that drawing though. Hey, good morning, Spirit.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, good.
Good, good.
Doing
How's
very well.
everybody feeling? I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I'm sorry I'm late.
No worries, seriously, no worries. It's great to have you. Yeah,
Better
we were
late
just
than
all
never.
catching up. Yeah, definitely. We were just catching up and talking about, you know, talking about things that we've been experiencing this week, and then also showing off some drawings and stuff. Amber just showed us an amazing drawing that she's been working on. Um, but yeah, so yeah, you're here. We're thinking about you. You got any drawings you want to share, Spirit? You got any news for the group? Anything?
Yeah. I was working on the hand again. Let's see. Kind of did. Let me see. I'm just gonna show you the different ones that I did. Well, this is the arm.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Let's see. Do. That one. Let's see. I did the fist finally.
I think those are wonderful, and they're very very well done.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks, man.
outstanding,
Thank you.
outstanding.
Let's see. And then I did this one.
They look like they could be in the book.
Yeah,
Yay.
absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. So,
And I'm so jazzed that you're so into it. Awesome.
yeah, I'm into this, man. This is great. So I did learn, like it was just funny because like I was doing a tattoo for a person, just drawing up a tattoo, and it was on his inner arm. And I was able to just like sketch up an arm really quickly so that I could draw the tattoo on the person's arm. I was just, just etching it. And I was like, oh my God, I can do it all now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great. It was just a little sketch, just a basic sketch, but I was just like, oh, it looks like his arm. It had an armpit and the bicep and everything. I was just like, this is great.
Well, I think that really helps so much when you're working with a client and you can kind of show them on a like, of course there's like we can draw a sketch, but if you can show them what it might look like on the body, like how much size it's going to take up and like what it's going to what direction and stuff it's going to take. I think it really helps with it helps you too as the designer, but also it helps them feel more confident. It helps them feel like uh, gives them a better idea. You can make decisions, really important design decisions. I think kind of right then and there. So that's awesome. I think that's and the fact that you're so excited about it is equally awesome too, because you know it's great that we can do something and then you can like it's applicable, right? You can put it into practice, you can put it into something that is useful for you. So I'm I think that makes me feel inspired. It makes me want to like keep working hard on it. You know what I mean? So
Awesome. I'm glad I could inspire you because you guys definitely
you
inspire me.
do. You all do.
Cool.
Yeah. No, this is it's definitely a highlight for me, getting a chance to meet up with all of you and do some drawing and stuff. So um yeah.
Let's see yours.
Well, what's that?
Let's see yours. You've been working on things this week, you said?
Yeah, well I did so I've got these ones, the hands I showed. Um what else do I have? Anything fun? So on so this week I was leading the drawing group for the Reinventing the Tattoo canon group, the weekly exercises.
Nice.
Uh, Thanks. Yeah, so it's usually led by Guy Atchison, but he's on sabbatical right now. I think he's focusing on his tattoos and stuff. So it's been sort of us members from the class. We've been sort of leading the groups, and this was my project. So it's a tree half sleeve was the project. So I gathered some reference materials, and then and then led the group through the design. So here's the process of how this sort of thing works out. Let's see, I'll turn some of this down. Yeah. So start off with like some like rough thumbnail sketches. So about 2 minutes or something, we'll sketch just a couple of quick ideas. You know what I mean? Just sort of like I try to stay really loose and gestural with them. And everybody has their own kind of approach, but sort of referencing from some of the drawing materials, or the references over here, and then I think I was more interested in this one, I believe. Oh no, maybe it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this one was sort of the one that I ended up going with, and then so that's this is the drawing that I ended up coming out of it for. It took slightly longer to do. The theme of the project is about contrast. So we wanted to try to develop the contrast, try to develop well, there's different ways to think about contrast. There's tonal value, so light and dark, and then there's also different areas of focus. So what I tried to do was try to push some background, so there's this idea of distance. So things that are closer have more sharp detail, and things that are farther away are the diminished value range, and then also the focus is diminished as well. So yeah, I've got a little bit of work to do. It was fun. It was an honor. It was really fun to do. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna put in some of this rocky stuff. I'll zoom in so you can kind of see, like, in this photograph, there's like a crispness, there's a sharpness to this sort of foregrounded rock, and then in the back, there's sort of rocks, more rocks behind it, but they're sort of out of focus. And that's like a depth of field effect that cameras really give us. And so when we can include that sort of a thing into our artwork, it can really give a lot of really interesting sorts of clarity and contrast, right? So the viewer can know, like, I should focus on this. You know what I mean? I can sort of let that drop back. So I want to try to. I have a little bit more work to do on this one, but so yeah, the one that we did, the one we did last week. If you all know Ricardo Sturdivant, he does a Tuesday group.
Yes.
He led the one the week or two previously, and so it really was a lot of fun. Oh, we have a new guest joining us today, so
Yay.
we'll have to say hello. So yeah, so I was doing that, and and then lots of tattoos and stuff as well. Just, it was tons and tons of fun. So I drew a picture for your birthday also. I drew some pictures for birthday presents. That is
We get
I think that's something that us artists get the privilege of doing.
Yes.
So you can draw pictures for birthdays, and you can get out of having to sometimes it seems like it'd be easier.
It's a present, though. It's a
Oh, wow. That's so
That's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at that.
And,
my
it's
sister.
like it's blurred out.
Oh, is that better?
There, almost, yeah. Yeah. There, I can see
That
it.
is beautiful.
Just about.
That's really nice. It's really
Thank
nice.
you.
That's it as well.
Yeah, that was happy birthday. It's your birthday coming up. So
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Gonna be
early
70
birthday.
tomorrow. 70.
No way.
70.
Wow.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. That's great.
It's a big one. You're gonna
Start my 80th decade. Yeah.
Wow,
Wow,
amazing.
that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
You should be so lucky, right? You know,
Yeah,
so
seriously, absolutely.
I am, yeah, no, I'm super excited about today. We're going to get a chance to draw. Let me see here. Get a new canvas going on. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to our pose maniacs, so we can do a little bit of sketching. Want to say hello and welcome to. Oh, just missed him. So and that's all right. It is always, it's really fun having new people join. So, but it can be challenging, I think, to to get all the Zoom going on. There's a learning curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really can be tough. So all right, let's see. I will share my screen. Okay,
Hey,
share.
creature, I see you there in the chats.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no, I neglect the chats all the time. I really should
Well,
pull it up.
I have the podcast playing on my TV so I can see a bigger version of the
Mm-hmm.
Post Maniacs. And I have
Oh,
the
creature,
chat
yeah.
up on the side so I can see when people are chatting.
Yeah, cool. That's fun. It's yeah, I can have it over here on my phone, and it is definitely something that's like da, 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 da. Hmm. All right. Well, everybody, I've got uh, I've got my I've got my screen is shared. We're ready to go. So why don't we get ready to start our 30-second drawings? Cool. Excellent. All right. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know about you all, but I've kind of been finding myself doing these outside of class as well. Like in the morning, I'll just sort of get up and I'll do this 30-second draw. Then I'll do my chores and stuff, and then it's off to work. It's something that I think has been really helpful for tattooing as well, but just also like kind of spiritually. I love doing these figure drawings, gestural drawings, something I've done for years and years, and uh, it was definitely missing for quite a while. So
Mm. You said it was missing for a while?
yeah, I was neglecting it, just focused on other stuff, letting
Hmm.
life get in the way.
Oh yeah,
So
Uh-huh.
that pesky life, man.
Life is what happens when you're making other plans.
Right, I know that's right. Yeah, this is drawing is what I've been doing lately, just to have a bit of peace in my life.
Hmm.
You know? But I'm really just trying to make it a habit to just draw as much as possible every day. I I showed some of my work to some other tattoo artists, and they just drug me. I mean, that was kind of the point of the group, to share your work and you get drugged. I was like, oh, let me get on the ball with this,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. And what's interesting is, like, tattooing is so difficult that, like, just because you know how to draw something doesn't necessarily mean that your tattoos are gonna always make you happy. You know what I mean? It doesn't always necessarily mean that you're gonna nail it every time according to your own opinion. You know what I mean? But it
Right.
definitely does. It definitely does kind of make you feel a lot more confident a lot of times. You know, just when you're staying fresh and staying on point. Because I do find, like,
Yeah.
I remember one time I did a tattoo and I was like, oh man, I didn't draw today, and I just felt like an amateur again. I was like, because I hadn't drawn in like a day or two. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, it all left me. Of course it did, but man.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it's been really beneficial to take a really critical approach. You know what I mean, to the drawing. To be okay with, like you saying, like, be critical of it. Again, like, give yourself a little bit of credit for doing it, but then
Mm-hmm.
get get real about what you got going on, um, and then allow that to help you, you know, to sort of help you navigate next time. I think there's
Right.
really something very valuable about that.
And my self-talk has
That
been a lot
critical.
better lately while I'm tattooing, or while I'm working on an image, and a lot of times you'll just be really mean to yourself. No, this sucks. Oh, I suck as an artist. And I'm not choosing to have that pathway in my brain anymore. I'm just choosing to have a very positive. I just tell myself, I'm a great artist. I love doing this. This is what I do. This is going to come out great. The client is going to love this. And it just really kind of helps me to have a better experience, in the piece.
Self-talk
When
is
I
very
can.
important.
Yeah.
Well, what are some? I mean, how are you able to, like, summon that? You know what I mean? Like, what are some of the ways that you sort of summon that, like, that positivity? I think it can be, really, really easy to get onto a negative, all too negative sort of path, right? Or mindset, maybe, is the better way to describe it. How do you what are some ways that you're able to stay mindful, I guess, and be
Breathing
kind?
is yeah, breathing is really important. Just, because we have the uncanny ability to actually control our thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, um a lot of times you'll have automatic thoughts that will just pop in, and then we allow them to take hold and then cause all manner of negativity, hysteria, anxiety things, you know what I mean?
Don't believe
But
everything you think.
absolutely, absolutely, Amber, absolutely. I mean, that couldn't have been the most rightest thing said. I mean, because it's like, that happens a lot. Like, we'll think something, and just because we're thinking it, and we think it's real, or we think it's right, but it's
Mhm.
nothing could be further from the truth. It's, you are what you think, and if you make yourself think that, hey, no, I am a good artist. What are you talking about? I study this. I read books. I go to classes with James Wisdom and Amber Morgaine. You know what I mean? And these are thoughts that you kind of force yourself to think, and over time, you're still going to have those other thoughts that kind of creep in every now and again, but they will be combated by the new thoughts that you yourself have constructed for yourself. And you can start to believe, the thoughts that you are making yourself think. Yeah, that was a great point, Amber. Don't believe everything you think. That is the farthest. That is so true.
I literally have a poster that says that on my bedroom door.
Mm,
That way I
mm.
read it every single day. Don't believe
Oh,
everything you think,
that's beautiful. I
because
love it.
anxiety is a liar.
It is. It is a lie. It definitely lies to you. And granted, it's almost like, we're kind of like, sometimes some of us are kind of hardwired to kind of think like that. If you think about it, like it's almost the people that were like the most anxious and the most scared were kind of the ones that would survive in the wild because they would be apprehensive if there was a bear behind the corner. They would probably survive long enough to pass their seed on to the next generation.
Mhm.
As opposed to the people who didn't, and they got eaten by the bear. But, a lot of times what happens is that hard wiring becomes a burden on us. And it's not the bear around the corner. It's your mom's voice telling you as a kid that were stupid or whatever, is your eighth grade bully telling you suck or whatever, or it's your
Mhm.
bills or it's your, everything else. And it just, this wiring that we have can definitely get out of control and take hold of us. And, if we can manage to kind of take the reins and kind of control it, then we can definitely kind of start to combat those thoughts and to start to think better thoughts about ourselves and our well-being and our health and the space we take up.
A couple of years ago, I started every night, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for.
Oh, that's nice. It's really beautiful.
And it's helped my brain trigger that when I start to get negative.
Mm,
Put a positive spin on it. If it's not a mistake, it's a lesson.
mm.
There may be something negative going on, but there's blessings around it. You
Mm.
always have to look for the positive, and it's not as easy as just your brain goes negative automatically a lot.
Right.
It's not as easy to stay positive.
It's not.
Positivity is a choice, and it's a
It's a,
choice we make
exactly.
minute to minute.
Exactly. You just like you said, it's a constant battle, and it can be exhausting sometimes. It really can,
It
but
can.
I would much rather fight that fight, and at least come out, normal as opposed to, what I mean, always just being depressed and always being sad, about nothing, you know, or about things that I can not make myself not feel bad about necessarily.
Mhm.
Well, I recently learned what the word pandemonium means. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it means demons are everywhere, right?
Oh, wow.
Pandemonium. It's like that we're surrounded, by there's 1,000 demons to your right, and then 10,000 demons to your left.
Sounds like the beginning of a
That's
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Great band names, right here. We're, but no, I think that's so wonderful that you all, are sharing that your insights here. I think it can be tough to, I guess, for lack of a better word, like keep an even keel, so to
Yeah.
speak. So, and you have to, right? Uh, have to balance, again, like maybe all that all that negativity, all that criticism, even your own, uh, with with a dose of being being positive, being kind to yourself to a
Yes.
certain degree. Ooh. Yeah, some days it feels like these drawings go faster than others, right? Or I feel like the
Uh-huh.
timers
Yeah,
go faster
seriously.
than
I was
others, you know?
talking so much, I missed that last one.
I think that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Hey, question. Why do you think this is off subject, but why do you I was looking at some like Victorian art from the Renaissance and stuff. Why do you think that women were never depicted with pubic hair?
Hmm.
They were all their vaginas were always bare.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it could be, like, could be about, some sort of a youthful appearance, possibly, or,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, like, or, it could be sort of trying to remove our animal nature,
Mm,
that's a
certain
good point.
degree. We're, can Freudian terms would be like, anality, right? The anal retentiveness. We don't want to know, about our own shit because it
Yeah.
reminds
mhm,
us of our, that we are finite beings. We're gonna, we will perish just like animals perish and people die, something like that.
mhm,
But yeah, no, I don't know exactly why. Uh, you know, um,
I think you're probably right about removing the animalistic nature of people
yeah,
mm,
and removing our closeness to the animal world because man has been removing humans from the animal natural kingdom for years.
mhm.
It's like they think just because they got out of the food chain, they're not mammals anymore.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so why would we have hair anywhere else but on our heads?
Yes.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And back then, a woman's hair was considered magical.
Oh wow.
Women weren't allowed to wear their hair down. It had to be bound because there was old wives' tales about a woman's hair being able to call up a storm if
Mm.
she left it out and blowing in the wind.
hmm,
Oh
Women who had their
wow.
hair down out natural were considered witches.
Mm. That is so interesting. Wow. Because like because now it's like hair is an integral part of the art and it's almost like the hair itself is made into like a just a part of the piece and it's
Yeah,
like as if the hair itself is powerful, as if the hair itself has its own type of shape and form. Of course it does, but no,
they
that
believed
makes a lot
hair
of
had
sense.
power.
Wow, that's cool.
the return of the repressed, right? Where you repress it and it,
Yes.
it comes back. It definitely
Hmm.
comes back. Let's see. Yeah, so Creature says they just shaved so they would look good when they were posing. LOL. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's another good way to put it. Yeah, probably a lot of probably a lot of reasons, but all of them being kind of superstitious and cultural and and chauvinist, male chauvinist, certainly. But
Hmm.
um, but yeah, no, I think that's a fascinating observation too, as to why does art look the way it does? Um, how'd it go, everybody? We just finished up with our last one.
It went
That
okay.
one was
Have a
difficult.
good time.
Yes.
It was difficult. Yeah, definitely was difficult. But uh, I well, okay. I think it'll be really fun. We won't put ourselves on the spot here because anybody could probably, you could go back and watch some of them, but like, but you have your sketches still. go back and look at your old ones. Look at some of the new ones. Kind of see the progress you're making. Or maybe there's the ways that you just start doing it, the way that's sort of intuitive to you. Like, I think um, there's something you'll probably learn about this practice and about yourself, um, just by sort of reviewing the work that you've done. We've all put in a lot of work here,
Damn.
just so far. Been doing this for a few short weeks. So
I'm just going to show my very first one, and
love
it's
love to
enough.
see it here.
I'm going to show my very first one.
That's awesome.
Hell
All
yeah.
I just want to say,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
have
right.
seen
It
a
was
lot
like
of
Saturday Night
growth
Fever.
since then.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Show will you show us another one that's one that you did today, like the one that you
Oh,
think
okay.
is the best from today.
Okay, hold on. This one is pretty decent.
Nice. So so I definitely see a lot of development of this practice right here. And the confidence, you know what I mean? The confidence is much, 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 much higher. So thank you for showing those.
Yeah, that first one was when we first started doing the Pose Maniacs, period. You know what I mean?
That's great. No, that's great. Thank you so much for showing those. Yeah, and I got nothing but encouragement, and I think, oh my God, what if you kept doing this for years? What would happen? Oh my God,
Yeah, seriously.
like what if you do this for a couple years and then you look back on it too? Like what would that be like? So
Yeah, it's only been like a
as
month,
long as you stick
2 months,
with
a
it,
month and a half. Yeah.
I know. If you stick with it, you'll have that opportunity. So anyway, I think, well, what's the point of this, right? I think we kind of covered that earlier about like there's this confidence that comes. There's also this sort of there's this connection that we get between like our looking and our drawing. Like the drawing is the recording by hand, but we're somehow we're a filter, right? We're filtering in this image, and it's like we're reproducing it. So practicing that like repetitiously, again, as artists who make images, especially on skin, I think it's actually really valuable, really really valuable. So, well, anyway, this is something that uh, I've been doing this sort of thing for years, and I even in mine, I wouldn't say that mine are we're all in the same range here. You know what I mean? So it's that's the thing about it, is that like there's a great equalization that happens, and then also like there's growth too. There is some growth that happens, but I get a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to share their sketches at all? Love to see them.
I'll share my first
Amber,
one ever.
let's do it.
Okay, this is the first one I tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, pretty much nothing. And this is the best one today.
Wow.
Outstanding. Yeah. Well, much
Yeah,
further, I
that's
think.
great.
You were able to get much further. The first one, was like there was some parts where it was like you really did a lot of detail, and then this one you were able to get the whole form in there.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
think
get
that's like
lost in the details nearly as much as I used to.
yeah. Well, that's awesome to identify the, the growth, and to sort of identify where those, where things are really, going well. So, um, Harriet, do you want to share yours? I'm gonna put you on the spot. You can if you'd like to.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of these were like the 30-second ones, and some were the 90 and a little bit longer.
Of course, of course.
I mean, my best one today was this. I can't see it. I never know how to.
Yay.
I can see it. Yeah, it's neat.
Mhm.
Almost.
There's
Yeah,
no
it just blurred out.
detail
Almost. There it is.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
At least you can tell it maybe is supposed to be a person,
Absolutely.
but
No, that's really neat.
the fast ones are difficult for me. I get lost in the muscles
Mm.
and that sometimes. So, and then sometimes I just throw it away. It's like, nope, nope, I'm done with this one. And do that one.
Well, um, just real quick, I just wanted to share. Um, yeah, I just wanted to share this. Let's see if I can share my screen. Uh, oh, let me see if I can. Maybe I can't. Well, oh, here I can do this one. Yes, this I can share. Okay, this there was like I was being blocked for a second. Okay, let's see if I can share this. Share. Ah,
Mhm.
mm.
Come through.
Sorry, everybody. I was trying to share. Um, trying to share this Matisse. Huh. Yeah, not able to share it. Well, yeah, that's such a bummer. For whatever reason, I'm not able to share the my Google search. Let me see.
Mm.
I wonder if I can't.
What's the title of the piece?
Well, it's a Matisse. It's a paper cutout. Let's see if I can't. I'm gonna give it one more try here. Just about. Okay, so let me see if let me see if this will. I'll just take a screenshot of it, and I'm hoping that it'll. Yeah, here's my screenshot. Share. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
So this reminds me of like every time I see your your gesture drawings, Harriet, I just this is what I'm reminded of are these Matisse, these paper cutouts. So kind of near the end of his career, Matisse, started making these, they're figurative, and they're these beautiful sort of, you know, undulating line, so it's a line,
Yeah.
but as a shape, right? So, or a shape as a line, I guess. It's anyway. Whenever I see yours, I really, I'm just sort of, I'm reminded of these. I'm reminded of these pieces. There's a whole series of them. They're very beautiful.
Mm.
Matisse is a modern artist. I think we use the word modern and contemporary interchangeably sometimes, and in art lingo, they're different. Modern, the modern artist, uh, cubist, the surrealist, the Dadaist, these expressionist things. There's a lot of there's a lot of specificity to it. Contemporary artists being people who are making art today. But anyway, this to me, whenever I see your gesture drawings, I think about this. I love these, and I love your drawings too. So this is just something I wanted to point out. Uh, uh, but yeah, thanks for sharing that. I thought it was reminds me of Matisse, right? It makes me think about Matisse whenever I see those drawings. I think they're very, I think they're really great. So, um, I will. Let's see. Did I do any of them that are any good? There was some funny ones.
Of course you did.
There's I did. There was one. There was one that I was able to get today. Uh, yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing these ones, and it's it's really fun to just to loosen up, and to just be let it happen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
there's so
because it's
many
supposed to be
so
fun
many
at the
good
end of the
times.
day. This is supposed to be just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
enjoyable. I'm supposed to be pulling our
Hmm.
hair out over this.
Yeah, no, I certainly, yeah, it is certainly a, really enjoyable, this drawing time with you all. Um, this is, let me see, I'll remove my, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it really is a pleasure. I mean, it really is just simply just a pleasure. And also, but again, like, I just keep reiterating how much I get out of it personally. And I'm feeling that from you all too, that you're really, also feeling a
Absolutely.
from doing these things. So,
Yeah,
um,
oh, yeah, greatly.
that's awesome.
Last week I
Well,
missed
we're at,
every podcast but this one.
oh, that's,
It was a very busy
that's
week with my
cool.
aunt being here, but I made sure I made my
Right.
Monday morning class.
Hey,
It means the world to me that you all come to this, so regularly. I know there's a lot going on. So, um, the fact you get to, you're spending your time here, putting your attention into it and seriousness, I think is so, it's awesome. And then also, I hope too, like people that if you're tuning in and if you're watching us or you're listening, you're also just kind of like getting this vibe from us, that you're also being productive and you're also like uh, there are things that we're talking about that are helpful, you know, helpful to your art practice. You know, that's the hope. And we're making content that's like it's not just pure mindlessness. I don't, it's the entertainment comes from participating.
Yes.
You have to
yeah,
you have to partake. That's the only way, you know what I mean? Like you have to
yeah,
participate in this. That's the entertainment part of this thing, because it's it's certainly different than a lot of the other things that you would just consume, right? So I don't know. I think it's hopefully it's different in that way and it's enjoyable. So well, we're at the hour. Um, and uh, I think we'll just let's sign off here. Let's get ready to sign out. I wanted to just say I've really been enjoying doing the Bridgman sketches, so I want to encourage you all. If you feel like doing some homework this week, pick another Bridgman sketch or a few, and work on those. That'll be really uh, really beneficial. I think just
I love
working
these
those with those
Bridgman things,
Bridgmen.
boy. It's
That's
great. Like
awesome.
it's yeah. I'm definitely getting a lot out of it. It's
I I can tell. I can
yeah.
tell. It's I
It's
can. No, I really can. And like you're enthusiastic, and then and the amount of them that you're doing, they're looking really good. They really are looking great. So
thank
I
Yeah.
you.
mean, no, seriously, it's encouraging to to me to like to say, hey, let's do this together. It's I want to draw with you all, and like, and I want to show you what I'm doing. So it's a little bit of a, maybe that's the thing, right? We're talking about like, how anxiety lies and stuff, but also anxiety kind of gives you a bit of motivation too. I feel a little anxious and I want to do it.
Yes.
And it's
Mhm.
like, I'm glad I did. And so I'm glad I listened to the anxiety to do it, right? And maybe there's another anxiety in there that says like, oh, you can't, what's the point? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, maybe it's choosing the way you interpret it, that emotion. I don't know. It's really, it's tricky, but I think as
It's
long
like
as
you when
you're being
you
productive.
when you move towards your fear, that's kind of where the reward is. Like,
Yeah.
so I think that's kind of what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say is like that. I think, uh, that you can have that anxiety and lie to yourself about, you know what I mean? You can lie about you can lie to yourself about what you can and can't do, even if you
And there's a
can't do
great book.
it. Even if you
Absolutely.
can't do
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
There's a great
Yeah.
book. It's called The War of Art. It talks about that exactly. It talks about, most of the time, the thing that you are most anxious about, if you do it, you will get the most reward out of it. And that's one of the things that makes me just get up and keep drawing every day. Because just like you said, James, like I got this voice in my head that says, oh, you're not a good artist. You're not, you can't do this. Just go ahead and sit there and keep scrolling on your phone. So I'm just like, okay, I probably need
Right.
to draw. What I mean? I probably need to get up and do
Yeah.
some art. So I get up, and then even when I'm drawing, it's still like, oh, you suck, you're terrible, you're trash. I'm like, well, I mean, well, this is fun. Aren't you enjoying yourself? Yeah, actually, I am having a good time. Let me shut
Mhm.
up and enjoy it.
I
Yep.
draw because
So
I have
Yep.
to.
yeah, that's right.
I'll
That's
go
right.
crazy if I don't.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I should say I'll go crazier.
Crazy area. I like that. That was a good one. Good point.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah, I certainly find a lot of benefit from a community of people who draw. Like having a group that you can, again, it's sort of, there's this little bit of accountability insofar as, we're like, I want to draw and I want to show, and then also I want to see your drawings too. So there's something about that bit of it, that um, helps get over that stuff, right? Helps you from like sort of thinking that you're, the best of the best, right? Which nobody is. Right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's the greatest, right? But then also, like, you're not the worst, right? There's better than some, worse than others, and we all fall in there somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, the community. I think the community is really, really super duper important. So,
Yes.
well, thank you all so much for another great episode. This is number 26.
Yeah.
So I think that's like 6 months, basically.
Yay!
Basically, what that
Awesome. Well,
means.
here's to
Yeah,
many more
yeah.
years doing this.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, and happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday to Harriet. Yeah, happy
you.
birthday, Mom.
Happy
Hey, happy
birthday again,
birthday,
Harriet.
Mom.
here's,
Thank you, guys.
here's to many more returns there as well. So, well, excellent. Why don't we let's just sign off, and so since it's your birthday, you can sign off first.
This is Harriet Wisdom, and I just enjoyed coming to the class and watching all you guys. So, and I'm learning something each and every class. So, but you can't find me anywhere. So, except for maybe
I know
someday,
where to find
maybe
you. So
someday you could find
yeah,
me.
I can find you here. Yeah, that's a great place to find you. Yeah, thank you so much. And it's yeah, love you. Okay, Amber.
Hi, I'm Amber Morgan from New Jersey. And as always, I absolutely love this class. It's my favorite class on reinventing, and I love all of them, but I really love this class. And
We
you
love
can
having
find
you
me
too.
on all platforms under Amber Morgaine.
Thank you so much, Amber. Really, it's it's great having you. It's great seeing your progress, and you bring a great energy. So you're
Thank you. I
appreciated.
appreciate that.
You really are. Yeah, absolutely. So, Spirit.
Hey, yeah, so same as Amber Morgaine, all platforms, Tattoos by Spirit on Instagram, tattoosbyspirit.com, and TikTok, Tattoos by Spirit. And the book that I mentioned, if you'd like to write it down, is The War of Art. Really, really great book. Let me see who wrote it. The
I'm writing that down there.
by Stephen Pressfield. Yeah. But yeah, thank you again, James. I very much appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day again. Happy birthday, Harry.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, I jotted down that book recommendation, Spirit. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm certainly gonna check it out. I love art books. I love books.
yeah.
So they're always you're always getting like great recommendations, especially unexpected ones. So it's sort of like don't judge a book by its cover, but like that you have to, that's why they have covers so you can judge them. So
Yeah, right.
it's
Exactly.
yeah, but then you got to open that thing. You know what I mean? You got to read it and check it out. So I'm
Hmm.
again, I'm like I really appreciate the recommendations. Yeah, and I really appreciate all of you for coming. Thanks for listening. I'm James Wisdom. This is Drawing for Tattooers on the Reinventing the Tattoo Network. You can find me on Instagram at Tattooing Wisdom, and then also my website, tattooingwisdom.com. Thank you all again very much for an incredible episode and morning of drawing. And so hope to see you all again really soon. Happy drawing, and